I'm at a repair shop. He's saying, how much does that water weigh? Dump out, I told him I could dump out all the water. What's the name of this shop? No Name Shop, because the sign has no name on it. Heater exhaust was in the way. Since the van is too heavy for the lift, I let all the water out of the tank. To fit the tank, it was clear the muffler was going to have to move. So it seemed smart to commission a muffler shop to fabricate the tank mount.
Don't forget to bring that faucet or nozzle or whatever you wanted to bring, okay?
The gray water tank was the most expensive part of the build after the power system, and I hardly ever use it. My muffler is gone. The biggest mistake I made in this build was letting this guy remove my muffler. What's this unit right here?
What? This?
This thing, yeah.
This is resonator.
Is that also a resonator?
Yeah, you have 2 mufflers and a resonator.
We went to the metal supply shop in Burbank, Industrial Metal Supply. Rubber in between the plastic and the metal. The metal doesn't wear into the plastic when you're driving. What do you need me to do?
Let's go.
Oh, where are we going?
Should have took it this morning.
We're gonna eat some Subway sandwiches. He might finish this today. I don't think that that's gonna happen. I had to do something with that other guy's car. He's working on it. I could just chill. I unplugged both batteries. Nothing in here works. Stuff in my refrigerator is getting warm. It's about time. I guess it's not going to be getting finished today, but at least they're going to get started now.
Huh? Oh, really? You put a piece of metal, that's about it.
Totally stripped this yesterday in the middle of trying to change the oil. My dad gave me this set extractors. This thing rounded off pretty good. I told him that I definitely want a muffler, but he convinced me that having 2 resonators and a catalytic converter, I wouldn't even notice the muffler was missing. This was the only part of the build that I didn't do myself and ended up being my biggest mistake. The change in back pressure from removing the muffler caused my transmission to shift late, which I think is why I had to replace the transmission later.
If we push it too much, we're gonna end up putting no muffler. You have repairs needs to be done. How are you gonna do it? Now you're gonna bring the tank down? I'm gonna give you, I have a muffler that is like skinny. Maybe I can cut it more, but here you have the evap system. I can't get that close to this one now. The best choice is to put a pipe. And I give you the muffler, I'm not gonna charge you. I put a pipe, I put a muffler, it's the same shit to me.
Whatever's gonna be healthiest for the motor.
Without it, it's healthier.
Doesn't it change the back pressure?
You have a catalytic converter in the front too. You have a resonator here. You get a lot of shit. We can always order a glass pack, put it in the middle. Customer's decision.
He didn't keep his word of giving me a new muffler.
No English. Arabic. You speak Arabic? My concern is here. You see, this
right.
is what I have to. This is the only one that we have to play with it. The rest are not a big deal.
Over here, this is why the muffler had to come out. Now this, I should have ordered this just slightly shorter. It would have been a little slightly lower capacity, but live and learn. Even if he gave me a new muffler, none of those that he offered would be as quiet as the factory muffler. And you can tell because the factory muffler is very heavy.
You work with LA Direct.
LA Direct, oh yeah.
Everyone hated that game too.
You know, there was a period of time where you had to work with them because they were one of the only games in town. Just them and Spiegler. You don't wear like a thing? You could put your bare hand so close to the circuit and you don't feel any kind of shock.
It's never gonna be 100% the way we want.
I wish he would have told me it's not going to be 100% of the way I want before I gave him the money. It holds the muffler and exhaust. Since he threw away my factory muffler, I had to buy a new one for $600. He said he would install it for free, but he got COVID. When he got back, he was too busy.
We're gonna put rubber here. To the bottom, we will put double.
It was so annoying to drive and I didn't want to wait. So I paid King Muffler and Van Nuys to install it. The van drove normal and quiet.
No fucking around. Is that straight?
They were able to fit the muffler in the leftover space. Don't know why this guy wasn't able to do that. I don't have to drive home without a muffler.
Meant to do it?
You use it like as a grinder and a cutter.
Oh yeah.
Throwing away this muffler was probably the biggest mistake because that ended up costing $600. It looked so shabby, I thought at most it would cost $200, but I was so wrong. As a muffler guy, he should have known better. The most frustrating part is I made it clear I wanted a muffler. This is my new muffler.
It's especially made for you.
Hence the expression, if you want something done right, do it yourself. All right, day 2. Earlier this time, but still haven't gotten started. I didn't even think about, like, you gotta stop the tank from going up and down. Like, it's gotta be surrounded. It's just a straight pipe So I straight piped my Promaster. It stops my gray water tank from going too far forward. E-brake cable assembly. The reason I didn't do this job myself is by having an experienced welder mount the tank, I knew that it would be secure and I wouldn't have any problems with it coming off while I'm on the highway, causing a major accident.
Today is not good. I have a big job that I'm doing, maybe tomorrow.
The mount he fabricated is very durable and I haven't had any problem. I was annoyed that he was constantly sidetracked with customer repairs and repairing his shop.
It's gonna leak from leaky leak.
As he fabricated the tank mount, I kept telling him I want a muffler, and suddenly the story changed where he didn't have anything that would fit or work. Even though he fabricated a nice mount, he didn't keep his word, and he was too difficult to communicate with.
Screw, one nut, two washers. We're gonna have to take it out again anyway. Hold the back a little bit, Philo.
When he priced it over $2,000,
Looks really nice.
sounds about right. I don't want to rush him.
Hopefully tomorrow we can get this done. I'm sure we will.
Run switches and wires.
Straight piped the hell out of this thing.
There's gonna be a fuse in there. I burned from the other day. Opened my radiator and on the Honda. Electronic ball diverter valve. Here's the switch. Drain for the shower. Close to the exhaust, so I want to shorten this. Cut it in half. Make a little ledge for it to slide up over. Decided to go for the torch. I can barely get it on there. Come on, baby. That's all it takes. A little sweet talk. And this is gonna be the trap. In, out, you'll see. I'm going back for a third day. This is a bad experience. This is the first time he's ever secured a water tank underneath the cube. I want this done right, and I do not want somebody taking shortcuts. I use the disc sander again, so this should work. Since the other muffler shop was able to fit my muffler, I think when this guy removed the muffler, he was taking a shortcut. Oh man, it's coming out even more. I'm realizing if I'm taking a shower right here, I have this bag all spread out. The water's gonna go in different places, so eventually when I'm done, I'm gonna have to lift the bag to get all the water to go down into there. I have practiced living like this without having a garbage disposal or whatever they call that. Sometimes you have like gross little pieces that you gotta like into your trash. Better than having those pieces in your gray water tank, because they're gonna make your gray water tank stink up really bad. Like this. Hopefully I didn't just break it. Oh my gosh, look at this big old ding in it. I got a 3-wire and I have this switch that has 3 contactions. Oh my. Go through your dad's organization in his garage and you find these little alligator clip wires. When you want it to close, you put the positive to the blue. And then it closes, as you can see. You want it to open, you put the positive to the red. So how do I do that with this switch, or can I? I think I need to get a different kind of switch. I need one that can connect one circuit or the other. Yes! This will ensure that there's no power going anywhere. Put it down and then it opens. Go up, it closes. So up signifying that the water is staying up. 20 gauge. Glad that I got 3 different sizes. You don't want to waste your expensive 12 gauge. The tank blanket calls for 14 gauge. I only have 12 and 16. Whatever, I have wire. I don't want to bother getting 14 gauge. This is gonna work. I'm really just kind of guessing. I think I should check again. Measure twice, right? All right, 23 inches. See where we landed. The perfect spot. Exactly where I was aiming for. Protect the wires, gonna wrap them with electrical tape.
Did you finish that yet?
I'm just getting started.
What I was thinking, you said you're going to put tape on it. You could put the tape on it and then put heat shrink tube on top of the tape. After a while, especially in heat, it doesn't stick very well. Let's go on up there, out here.
Pretty good. I'm ready to take my jacket off. I dinged my countertop with a drill bit. For 20 gauge, I just bought a big roll of black. Pure copper. Inconvenient because you don't know which is which, so you have to mark them. So this is going to be my positive wire. I need to figure out which one of these is positive. This is the negative. This is the positive. Red heat shrink tube identifies it as positive. Everything sticks to the sides of this and it gets gross. The red and blue are both positives. One positive opens it, the other positive closes it. The negative, I might be able to just ground it to the chassis. Test wiring it right now before I fully install it. Put this on the next terminal. And once I put a fuse, I will have power to that wire. All right. Goes one way, the other way. Put it in the middle, And nothing.
Take out the fuse for now.
This is the wire for the heating pad. That's why it's the thicker one. Squeeze as hard as you can. Wire it into the fuse box. So I'm going to do that right now. Connectors on it so that it can connect on the power. There's a bus bar for the negative. Took off a little bit of the insulation, twist it, that I'm going to screw this thing into, and then a positive wire is going to go right there. I got my switch right here. Because I actually don't have a panel yet where I'm going to install that. Who knows, I might change the location where I want stuff. The switch gets installed in the seat, which is right in front of this wall. Until tomorrow. Day 3, is it going to happen today? Not quite sure what's going on. I think I've been here for almost an hour. Not sure where everybody is. Nothing's happened except for they painted the straps today. I don't know why I came so early. I could have got more sleep. Film it up. So you don't make noise so that the security doesn't hear you. I'll teach you guys some skills here.
Hairy woman in Mexico is on top of the list.
He's adding little supports, bracing every little part. Little did I know that after all the time and money spent to have a 40-gallon gray water tank, I'd hardly ever use it. Without spending time in national parks, and with my runoff water being clean and biodegradable, I don't need the gray water tank. Here and here, super solid, painted. They're trying to figure out how we're going to do the mat. Jack got these mats. They're to protect metal straps. Will eat into the plastic. It's really important to protect the tank from the strap. He was going to do strips. We tried to glue them. Liquid nails did not stick very well. Like it comes off. I put in a heat pad for when I'm in a freezing climate. 12 volts. Now I realize I didn't need a 40-gallon tank outside to match the 40-gallon tank inside, because a lot of my runoff I could just let run out onto the ground. After a week of storing shower water in the tank, it starts to smell, so you want to dump that out as soon as possible anyway.
Fine, we'll do number 3. That's number 3. The invoice ready for you, okay?
Okay. Oh, and hey, tell people what you do with the catalytic converter cables.
Put cables around. Just send me customers, dude. Make sure David, YouTube guy, I'll make you money.
Straight piped it.
No, that's a wrong statement. It's not straight pipe.
In the title, I'm putting I straight piped my Promaster. This tank stays open 90% of the time, which is why I think it's not as important as I originally thought. Let's drain water out of this tank for the first time. All right, now I'm closing it. If I want, I can open it a little bit. I saw a friend in his RV do this. Let a little bit of water out. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes for all that to drain out. I opened it the wrong way. Now I have a huge mess. Do as I do. Don't do as I do. You follow me, look at the issues you end up with. Look at this mess. Thank you. Pop this 15 in, and then label this tank heater. The switch for the tank heater. Light that I could kick on. I gotta wire these into the fuse box. Okay.
I'll get you your hot coffee.
Thanks. Damn it, I totally wasn't thinking. I didn't put a switch on it. Only way I can turn it on and off, take the fuse in and out. So I'm gonna start with the lowest fuse I got. If it blows this fuse and I'll just go one size up. The fuse blew. 2 amps got vaporized. This light's gonna take a lot of power. Here goes 5 amps. Every time I wanna unplug this, I gotta take the fuse out. This is a little stopper. It'll go like this. I would love to go to a professional foam sprayer, find out how much it would cost to spray my gray water tank on the outside to insulate it. How am I gonna get it to stay? See if I can get some on top. It's still gonna expand a little bit, but that ain't gonna do it. Since I got it out, there's the drain. It only comes up to like here. There's a clip, the bungee cord. Lots of space too. Biggest band shower ever. This is so Dexter. Accidentally hit it and it doesn't come off. In this final shot, you can see how the muffler was able to fit with the tank there.